Khajuraho, the wondrous heritage town, encircled with the stunning view of Vindhya Range, known for the immaculate sculptures of its temples, which taught us the lessons of spirituality over greed. This UNESCO World Heritage Site showcases the marvelous and rich architectural excellence in medieval India, especially during the reign of Chandela dynasty. These marvelous group of temples at Khajuraho were built between the 9th and 10th century by the Chandela dynasty, which dominated central India at that time. Historical records shows that Khajuraho temple site has 85 temples by 12th century spread over 20 square kilometers. Of these, only about 25 temples stands in varying stages of preservation spread over 6 square kilometers. The 25 temples at Khajuraho represent the brilliant burst of artistic flowering that took place under the generous patronage of the powerful Chandela rulers who made Khajuraho their peacetime capital. The temples at Khajuraho are grouped into three geographical divisions, namely Western Group of Temples, Eastern Group of Temples and Southern Group of Temples. Today we are going to cover Western Group of Temples. The Kandarya Mahadev Temple, which we are seeing now, is the largest and currently most famous surviving temple, which was built in the reign of King Vidyadhara of Chandela dynasty. The temples have several thousand statues and artworks, with Kandariya Mahadev Temple alone decorated with over 870 statues. The artwork symbolically highlights the four goals of life, that is Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. The stone figures have given us the finest sculptural compositions which vibrate with a rare sensitiveness and warmth of emotions. Life in every form and mood has been captured in the stones of this temple. The Khajuraho temples are made of sandstone with a granite foundation that is almost concealed from view. The structure of Kandariya Mahadev Temple represents Mount Kailasa, the abode of Lord Shiva. Of the surviving temples at Khajuraho, 6 are dedicated to Lord Shiva, 8 to Lord Vishnu and its affinities, 1 to Ganesha, 1 to Sun God and 3 to Jains. On entering the temple, we can see an exceptional ceremonial arch flanked by 2 crocodile heads and covered with floral designs. The rectangular hall in the entrance leads to a central pillared hall called Mandapa, which in turn leads to the main temple or sanctum. The sanctum houses a marble Shivaling. Adjacent to the Kandariya Mahadev Temple is the Jagadambika Temple. It is one of the most finely decorated temples at Khajuraho. It is named after Jagadambika, Universal Mother, an incarnation of Goddess Parvati. In the sanctum, we can see an image of Goddess Parvati. All temples are architecturally marvelous. However, Kandariya Mahadev Temple, Lashmana Temple and Vishwanath Temple are most famous. Next temple is the Chitragupta Temple, which is dedicated to Lord Surya, the sun god. Architecturally, it is very similar to nearby Jagadambika Temple. The temple sanctum has a partially broken tall statue which is 6.9 feet tall in size of Lord Surya riding a chariot of 7 horses. This is Vishwanath Temple, which is another important and oldest temple in Khajuraho. We can see 2 elephant statues at the entrance of this temple. Vishwanath Temple is located in between Kandariya Mahadev Temple and Lashmana Temple. It is dedicated to Lord Shiva. This temple structure is an example of Nagara architecture. Vishwanath Temple also features sculptures of various deities, including dancing Ganesha. This temple contains an entrance porch, a small mandapa, a large mandapa and a sanctum. We can see a stone Shivalinga inside the sanctum. The entrance of this sanctum is richly decorated with beautiful carvings. We can also see a detached Nandi pavilion facing the Vishwanath Temple. The basement of this pavilion is decorated with stone-carved elephants. We can also see a temple of Goddess Parvati adjacent to Vishwanath Temple. The sanctum houses an idol of Goddess Parvati. Another important temple in Western group is the Lashmana Temple, which is dedicated to Lord Vaikunta Vishnu. This structure consists of all the elements of Hindu temple architecture. Lashmana Temple was the first of several temples built by the Chandela kings in AD 1930. The outer walls of the basement is also decorated with various levels of sculptures. The main shrine of the temple is flanked by 4 free-standing subsidiary shrines at the corners of the temple platform. This temple has an entrance porch, mandapa, mahamandapa, and a sanctum. Amazing stone carvings can be seen on the ceilings of this temple. The sanctum contains a 3-headed idol of Lord Vishnu, where the central head is of Lord Vishnu, one head is of Lord Varaha, and the other head is of Lord Narasimha. It is believed that this idol was brought from Tibet. Opposite to the Lashmana Temple is the Varaha Temple. This temple contains a magnificent statue of Varaha, the boar incarnation of Lord Vishnu, covered with carvings of several deities. Opposite to the Lashmana Temple is the Lakshmi Temple, which houses an idol of goddess Lakshmi. In the coming episodes, I will be covering the eastern and southern group of temples. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching.